It happened. Hi, Jamila.
Hello, guys. Sorry for being late, guys, because again, our organizational issues. Welcome, Nilufar. Nice to meet you all, guys. You're so beautiful. Please, netiquette. Please switch on your videos. Welcome, Nilufar. Sorry for being waiting for you, for us.
It's very okay. Thank you so much for your invitation, Jamila.
Okay, so I just want all of the participants welcome to our webinar. Nargiza Rashidova welcomes. I see a lot of familiar faces because some of our participants are going to get UST certificates because they have already participated 4 webinars. And as our head of UST, we can give certificates for those if. So, Kamola, will you switch off your microphone? Because as it seems to me, you have children. How many of them are around you?
Oh, sorry, Jamilapa.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam khan. Ana birinchi bo'lib sertifikat Salima xon oladi. Ancha sizga 3 ta qo'shib beramiz. 3 ta beramiz. Okay. So there are 37 of participants. Thank you very much, guys, for participating. So now I want to give a floor to Nilufar Tillayeva. Again, one more time. Nilufar, I miss you so much, Nilufar. Because of pandemic, but you are now very busy. Because Nilufar Tillayeva works at Webster University and she's doing your PhD, or you have you already managed it? Not yet.
No. I will announce and I will get your congratulations exactly.
So Nilufar Tillayeva, as you read in advertisement, she participated in different international contests, and among them T program, yes, Teachers Excellence Award, as it seems to me, and she participated in internship 2 month, 6 week or 7 week internship program in the United States of America. So Nilufar, it's up to you how to begin. What are you going to tell us, guys? UST conducts these workshops with webinars to share success, not only in career, but maybe in personal life. And we are going to just to motivate. So Nilufar Tillayeva is one of our former TFT participant, and she's a trainer, became a trainer, then she went abroad. As it seems to me, you were already a UST trainer when you went to United States, Nilufar.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I had been already. Yeah, before visiting the US. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, being volunteer in the UST gave me a lot of experiences, which was very helpful while I was visiting the US. I had something to share with my US partner teachers.
Okay. So, Nilufar, off we go.
We are starting without like a certification?
Yes. So we ask others to just join us.
Okay.
The deck.
So, Jamila, can you make me host so that I can share my screen and presentation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we see.
So let's start then. So first of all, now I can start, right? So first of all, good evening, everybody. So sorry for becoming late. Yeah, this is not neither my or neither Jamila's fault. This is the technology's fault. I'm so sorry for that. First of all, I would like to say thank you, Jamila, for giving me a chance to share my experience here. And thank you for everybody who are joining and in this event, not letting me stay alone here. So thank you. Nice to meet you all and nice to see you all as well. So I can see a lot of familiar faces. So I'm very happy to see you all, even this is an online in distance, not in person. Yeah, what can we do? This is a pandemic situation, right? So how it is good that we can sit at home, but still thinking about our professional development. Yeah, technology makes our job easy, but however, technology makes our life busy as well. I'm so sorry for like inviting you so late and making you busy, but I hope that you will not regret. So I hope that you will get even small information which can be beneficial for your teaching process. So let's start today's session. What I am going to share with you. So yeah, so as a teacher, this is a teacher conference, teacher workshop. Exactly, we're going to have a talk about some problems, and I'm not here only to have a talk about the problems. I'm here to share my experience and to be helpful how to deal with different types of the problems which might be very challenging for our teaching and for our learners learning process. So one of the possible problem might be you might be teaching too much, but you're not getting enough results. So this is very general issue for all of us. I'm very sure here teachers and the future teachers as well. So majority of you have already experienced it to teach, but I'm very sure that you are not tired of because of teaching. You are enjoying teaching process, but what might be depressed, what might makes you unhappy, it is not getting desired outcome, right? So you're teaching non-stop, you're concerning a lot, you are preparing tons of worksheets, you are putting a lot of effort in teaching process, but no expected learning outcomes. So this is the problem. What is the reason, or what other reasons? Can I ask you to mute your cell phones? I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be rude, but yeah, we have to finish as soon as possible. It's evening time. Thank you. So every type of the activity, every type of the action, every type of the problems which is happening in our life as a teacher does have like a causes, reasons, and exactly this type of the problems might have consequences. So okay, now we are going to have a talk about with Nilufar.
Ikkita stakan shakar dedingiz-ku hozir.
Okay.
Tushunarli. Bir stakan shakar bilan vanilin tuxumga, 4 ta tuxumga
I really don't know who is speaking. Could you please mute who is speaking? I really don't know. I'm sure
I think her name is Malahat. Malahat.
Kilola Davlatova.
No. Malahat is speaking first. Yeah, I'm warning her.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Let me continue. So as you know, nowadays we are eager to develop our learners language skills. Before 10 or 20, not 10, sorry, 20 years ago, especially my group mates, my course mates know well. So we tend to be taught according to audiolingual method and grammar translation method. CLT was not dominant, but nowadays we are going to teach. So according to CFR, everybody knows CFR is an English teacher. According to CFR, we are required to teach our learners according to CLT methods, communicative language teaching method. So one of the possible causes, what we are doing, we are very eager as an English teacher, as an EFL teacher, we are very eager to develop our learners' language skills, which are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. We are doing a lot of exercises. We are doing a lot of activities, focusing on developing their 4 skills. We are doing a lot of exercises in an isolated way. So, but we forget about how to correlate these input skills with output skills. Sometimes we may forget as a teacher, we are doing some different topic, different reading passage for different topic, then we are just jumping in the listening activity, the content is totally different. So we may forget to correlate the activities. So exactly, there are like we are integrating knowledge of language as well, which is grammar accuracy and vocabulary usage. But the main thing we always forget to develop thinking skills. So one of the problem why our learners may not speak fluently, why our learners may not write properly. So this is lack of attention to developing thinking skills. So what are we, just ask yourself, what are you doing in order to develop your learners' thinking skills? What are you doing in order to develop their cognitive abilities? So as you know, thinking skills, developing thinking skills is very important, because once that your learners are reading different types of the reading passage, or once they are listening to different types of the audio materials, once they are listening to different types of the audio materials, so they have to retrieve this reading passage or audio material, then they have to use this information while they are speaking and while they are writing. So the main focus, don't forget please about what to develop their cognitive ability. As Ronald Kellogg says, thinking is so closely linked to writing that the two are practically twins. So it means if you are not creating, if you are not organizing the activities which can be very helpful to develop the cognitive ability, to develop the thinking skills, so it means that please do not expect like a productive or a very effective speaking process or writing procedure from your learners. Don't blame your learners not being able to write properly or not being able to speak fluently. So think about it. How many activities so in your class are devoted to develop thinking skills? Let it be more like a research based. As you know, our like activities shouldn't be based on only shouldn't be feeling based. It should be a little bit research based. This graph might seem to be a little bit complicated, but still I would like to explain you what kind of graph is it. So it is also taken from this author's article, which I really like it. So so developing learning process doesn't happen in one day. So it needs some time, it needs some practice. So for example, at the initial part, at the initial stage, while you are working with your learners, so they will gain the knowledge, and they are going to gain, they gain the knowledge in order to tell the text. So they don't have to think, they don't have to apply a high level cognitive ability after developing like a knowledge and telling. So after some time, your learners will start to develop to gain the from knowledge to transforming. So it means that at this stage, maybe approximately this stage might be considered to be, let's say, pre-intermediate and intermediate level. Knowledge transforming. So the second stage is knowledge and transforming. This is a pre-intermediate level and intermediate level. At this stage, your learners should be able to summarize what they read. So, and the last stage is advanced stage. This is the last stage and advanced stage. At this stage, your learners should be able to read, to understand, to comprehend the reading oral audio material. And also they have to summarize, plus they have to extend the idea of the reading passage or audio material. They should be able, your learners should be able to argue on the topic, or your learners should be able to support the idea which is applied in their reading passage or audio material. As you know, this is high level of thinking, high level of cognitive ability. Your learners are required to apply their high level ability. Now ask yourself how far your learners can be able to think or to argue about what the topic. So now I'm going to have a talk about what this stage, because majority of our students, majority of our learners are struggling with writing process, which this process, writing process really requires to apply different types of the opinions, arguments, or different types of the constructive thinking. So how can we, what kind of aspects we should pay attention if we want to help our learners to develop or to be good at writing any type of the argumentative essay or problem solution essay? For example, I would recommend you to think about 3 C's of cognitive ability. As you know, I'm not referring the source here. So here you can see the source, but I'm not going to refer the source. It's because of I came to conclusion. This is my own conclusion. I came to conclusion while I was observing my learners, while I was observing the writing items of my learners, I came to conclusion as a teachers, we have to focus on 3 C's of cognitive ability if we want our learners to write properly. The first one is like a creative thinking. Please help them to develop their creative thinking. And then critical thinking. So, you know, creative thinking is very helpful for writing different types of the narrative writing, which is the requirement for B1 level according to STC. For storytelling, it's very helpful for our learners to develop any type or to build any type of the story and to retell to their classmates. The next one is a critical thinking. We have to try to help them to develop their critical thinking. Critical thinking is not criticizing anybody else, is not judging. They are not the synonyms. Critical thinking is being able to see black and white at the same time, even though you are for white color, but you have to develop your thinking skills and you have to discover the black color as well. As you know, always there are 2 sides of the coin, and your learners should be able to see the both sides of the case. So this is critical thinking in order to keep the balance while they are writing any type of the argumentative essay. Critical thinking can be very helpful it's helpful not only to write something properly, it can be very helpful for their personal life as well. So your learners might award themselves to judge or to criticize somebody. Keep in mind, we are not teaching our learners in order to be graded with like a maximum points. We are teaching them in order to use this language, in order to use this cognitive ability in their personal life as well. We are contributing to the development of the society as an English teacher. So the last one is a constructive thinking. What is constructive thinking? So if you can develop, if you help your learners to develop their constructive thinking, it means your learners will be able to find solution to the problems, because as you know, problems are everywhere. Even if you visit the most, you will see a lot of, even when you visit the most developed country, you can see the problems. So that's why no need to have a talk about the problems every time. So your learners, I'm not telling that you should ignore or your learners should ignore the problems, but the reason is here why you have to develop the constructive thinking of your learners. So the main purpose to prepare them to write problem solution essay. But like as I told you before, we are preparing our learners for the real life. So that's why every task should be very authentic. So that's why if you develop your learners' constructive thinking skills, so they will be able to deal with the situation, to solve the problem, or to find the solution to the problem. So this is a generalization what I want to tell. So if you can help your learners to develop their creativities, which can help your learners to develop their critical thinking, your learners will be able to write any type of the argumentative essay and comparative essay. If you focus on, if you organize the activities which can be very helpful to develop their constructive thinking, for example, case studies can be very helpful to develop the constructive thinking, your learners will be very good at writing problem solution essay and problem evaluation essay. So now let me be more practical. So this is an essay topic which is taken from the IELTS practice. So majority of us as a teachers, we ask our learners to write an essay spontaneously, right? So we are announcing that today they are going to write an essay, and we are expecting a well-written essay without putting anything in their brain, without brainstorming activities. So it was my mistake as well initially. So I didn't put a lot of effort, but I expected well read. So it was my mistake as well. As I told you before, I'm sharing my experience. So it was my mistake. So I asked my students to write an essay. Exactly as a teacher, I expected well-written essays, but when I observing, when I grading their essay, I wasn't satisfied at all. So yeah, probably you might have one or two students who are very skillful at writing, right? So don't forget about multi-level intelligence. You have different types of the intelligence in your class. One can write essay properly, but the other students cannot write different types of the essays. You shouldn't blame them for not being successful. So this is like a weaknesses of our methodology. This is weaknesses of our strategies as well. So yeah, I'm sharing my mistakes here and what did I do. So like I organized the activity number one. So even though this is activity number one, but it doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in class. It happens out of class. So think about out of class activity as well. Extensive listening and extensive reading can be very helpful for your learners to develop their language skills. So extensive listening and extensive reading, I mean, shouldn't be boring. It should be very interesting. So before the class, I asked my learners to watch the movie about Martian. So it is very interesting movie for the youngsters, especially for digital generation. Let's say they are very eager to discover, to explore the world. So I assigned my learners to watch the video. So yeah, actually they really liked this assignment because they were not required to do anything. There was not any exercises. They just have to watch the video and enjoy. It should be in English. What did I do? I provided them with the link, but I recommend you to watch the movie beforehand in order to be aware of the situation and the content of the movie as a learner. So you can just give your time to relax as well, but at the same time, you will be working on your professional development, on your language skills as well. I uploaded this movie. It is open. The link is open. So this is not a plagiarizing to download the video. I used the chance. I downloaded the video. I watched it and I adapted somewhere. And I shared the downloaded material because some of the students may not have an access to the internet. You have to think about what this type of the consequences as well. So some students visit the link which I provided. Some students I shared the downloaded material with them. So so I gave them 3 days to watch the movie. So 3 days, not 1 day before. Don't please don't try to be in a hurry while you are assigning your students. Just give them some time to digest the information. So then activity 2, I start my class with activity 2. So I created a Kahoot game, if you are aware of this process. So if you are not aware of this process, again, it is very simple. It doesn't take you too much time. So if you have already questions, it doesn't take you too much time. Why I am organizing this type of the Kahoot game? It's because of, yeah, I know that I'm teaching digital generation. So they are very busy with the technology. So it is not okay to prohibits them to use a technology, to use their cell phone. Just let them use cell phones as well, but they have to use their cell phones per.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I created Kahoot game. It took me only 10 minutes to organize this activity. So I will be sharing the link. If you want, you can use it. I would be only happy to use this one. You can just click on it and you can play it as a guest. So you and your students will join after watching them at the end, right? So they should be ready to do this Kahoot game. But if you do not have an access to the internet, but still you can assign them, they can do it like while they are collaborating. So it is really helpful. It's just a hook for teaching digital generation. It really helps you to gain their attention. So, and at one time, so of course, our main purpose is not just gaining their attention. So we are going to make them learn something, comprehend their understanding from the listening activity. So I created, and English teachers are lucky among the other teachers in Uzbekistan because we have a lot of access to different types of their resources. So I didn't, even though I watched the movie, but because of the time, I saved my time. I didn't think about what the questions a lot. So I use it. So you can see the other the link, which is isl.com. I use it. It's also very open. You can just be registered and you can use different types of the worksheets, ready worksheets. You can find different types of the worksheets and you can use it in your class. So this is activity number 2. It takes 15 minutes, or you can use other types of the technology like a Jeopardy. So you can find a lot of ready material and ready templates for Jeopardy games. So just think about what the topic which you are going to choose. You can use a test.com and you can use a Padlet or Quizlet in order to integrate the technology in your teaching process. So then after Kahoot game, I assigned my students with reading comprehension activity. So it takes 10 minutes. So it is individual, not group work, but the Kahoot is considered to be competition. They really love to play this Kahoot and be winner of the podium. So then reading comprehension, because you have to develop their silent way reading as well, which is very important and helpful while they are participating in the exam. A lot of students cannot understand while they are reading in a silent way. So they have to read like using their words in order to understand the reading passage. But please try to organize the activity which can develop their silent way reading. So it takes 10 minutes. Within these 10 minutes, I asked my learners to read and understand the text and complete the task by choosing true or false for each sentence. I mean, so again, I saved my time, and now I saved my time, as I told you. Like English teachers are lucky, so I used this link in order to get the ready reading materials. So then, of course, discussion question. Now we are going to start. We did some input activities. We asked them to watch movies, so which is input activities. They are gaining information. Then I asked them to read the passage. Again, this is input activity. They are gaining information again. It is already high time to focus on output skills, which is writing and speaking. Now you can ask them to discuss the questions. You can organize like a group work, group of 2, pair work, or group of 3. It takes 20 minutes if you are working at schools. So what do you know about Mars? So you can, so don't ask it individually. They have to share experience. They have to discuss the questions together. So ask them to collaborate in order to come to the finalization, in order to answer the questions well. So what do you know about Mars? What would we do if we found life on Mars? So you are going to separate, to hand out what is these questions per group. Then you will be given, let's say, 5 minutes for preparation. And after 5 minutes, you are going to answer their questions. Your students will be ready to answer these questions. They can like try to discuss the topic by using the knowledge which they have gained while they were watching the movie or reading the reading passage. So activity number 5, it is assignment. So this is not a group, this is not in class activities, this is assignment. So you're at the end of your class, you are going to announce that you are going to organize a debate and you are going to continue this topic. Content of the content objective is like discovering or exploring the outer space. You are going to organize the topic. You are going to organize a debate. Please announce it like 2 or 3 days before your class. That upcoming class will be devoted to the debate. And of course, before letting them go out, leaving your class, try to organize the groups. It should be very spontaneous. What did I do? I cut this piece of paper. So one of the students will take one piece of paper, even though they are against their case, but this time they have to show their positive ideas towards the topic. So 1, 2, 3. So these 3 students will make up one group. So another student, as you see, there's like a disagreement, right? This marks are expressing the disagreement. So the student who got this piece of paper should be a member of the group who are arguing about what the positives of exploring the outer space. So yes, the next class will be devoted for the debate. So you are going to set the time, be very punctual, and next class for 45 minutes. So you can entirely devote these 45 minutes to organize the debate. As you know, debate, so even sometimes 45 minutes is not enough to organize the debate. Now it is already high time to assign your students with essay topic. This time they are ready to write a very well written essay about this topic. Now, as you see, so in order to expect well written essay, first of all, you have to try to organize different type of activities which can be very helpful for your learners. So this is just one activity you can organize. What I would like to highlight that in order to develop your learners creative, critical, and constructive thinking, first of all, you have to, as a teacher, you have to develop your own cognitive ability, right? So by using your creative thinking, by applying your creative thinking, you can create different types of the activities which might be similar or which might be totally different, which I am recommending, which I am suggesting just now. I know that how many teachers are in the world, so many methodology, but don't forget to follow the regulation, don't forget to follow the standards. So there is an objective in the national standard. There is a can do statements in the national standard. Whatever you are doing, what kind of activities you are doing, so it should meet the requirements of the national standard. So as a conclusion, what I want to say, so teachers, modern teachers, I would say, teachers should consider 21st century teaching and learning strategies. So first of all, language objectives. Don't forget about language objectives and content objectives. So like your curriculum, your syllabus should have 2 types of the objectives, and you should make your learners be aware of these objectives. It's like being able to see or being able to know about their destination. Just imagine like the example from our real life. Once you get on the bus, so you should know in what stop you have to get off the bus, right? So your learners also at the beginning of the lesson, they should know what will they get at the end of this session. So this is their destination. So 2 objectives according to SIOP model of the lesson plan, modern lesson plan. There are 2 ways of the objectives. The first one is a content objective, another one is language objective. The first one, in my case, content objective was to extend the idea about what discovering outer space, and the language objective was to develop listening skills and to develop to help them to write an argumentative essay. So integrating technology, please try to integrate the technology, because I'm repeating again. So because this is very important, we are teaching digital generation. They would be very happy to be involved in the lessons with the technology, of course. So you don't have to devote your class entirely to the technology, but sometimes please try to focus on their interests as well. As you know, CFRA really requires to focus on your learners' interest level and age, right? So their interests should be focused on when they are happy, they can learn English. English can be a learning language, might be very enjoyable activity. Avoiding TTT, teacher talking time, please reduce teacher talking time. Yeah, I can understand, we are teachers, we were born to speak. So sometimes we are not patient. Yeah, once you know something, it's very difficult for you to stop yourself, right? So teachers tend to speak a lot, but please try to be patient, try to stop yourself talking a lot. Let your learners speak a lot. So group work activities and personal activities, focus on like a group work activities, because CFRA requires or suggests interactive activities, because a CLT based methodology really needs interactive activities. How can you organize interactive activities? By organizing group work activities. So digesting time, don't be in a hurry, please. Let your learners some time to digest the information. So we shouldn't be in a hurry. Just you can discuss one topic for one lesson, 2 lessons, but the main purpose is not getting a lot of information. The main purpose is here to retrieve the information and to develop output skills. So don't forget about the assessment. So assessment is not only grading your students with very strict 5, 3, 2 marks. So please try to provide the feedback. Even the smile on your faces while you are listening to your learners can serve as a positive washback. So try to avoid yourself with providing the negative feedback to your learners among the other students. So then reflection and feedback here as well. Reflection might be very interesting and very helpful for your learners. Feedback can be helpful for your learning process. And the last one, what I want to mention, please use SARS strategy. What is SARS strategy? You don't have to stick to the textbooks while you are teaching, because the authors' learners were totally different from your learners. SARS strategy is like you can select the material focusing on your learners' interests, focusing on your learners' age or levels, and also you can adapt. You don't have to do all activities. You can adapt some of them. You can reject some of them if you don't like. If you think that this is not very effective for your learners, just reject it. If you are certain you're sure, and you can supplement your materials as well. So yeah, don't teach. Not always. I'm not telling that don't teach always. So don't teach, just facilitate. You should be a facilitator. I really like the quote which was told by Albert Einstein. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Of course, we are not going to be Einstein. Maybe I'm not as smart as, not maybe exactly, I'm not as smart as Einstein, but I'm using the methodology of the Einstein because I'm very sure that this methodology is the right way for 21st century teaching and learning process. That is all what I want to say. Thank you so much for being patient and listening to me. If you have any questions, you are more than welcome. So I have to stop sharing, right? Okay.
Nilufar, you told us that you are not Einstein, but you use his methodology. As he mentioned once that we can teach maybe we can discover some new things, or yes, we discover things even with white chalk and blackboard.
Yes. Yes.
In our case, it is all the same. So, I'm sorry, this is, yes, any questions, guys? Any questions?
No, thank you, Nilufar Khan, for the useful and practical webinar. And what I liked most in the webinar is the topic of your essay, which is the very exciting and interesting activity for the children, because the topic is, how to say, the space matters. I like it more than the topics given in their textbooks. And I'm sure the children are also interested in this topic. Once I have used such kind of activities in my class, depend on the topic of space planets, and it was very practical and useful. But I didn't do any writing. I'm sure I'm going to plan something to write in elder classes. Not very little children. In the secondary schools, preparing children to write an essay is hard work, very hard work in schools. Yeah, but we can do it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a little bit complicated activity for young learners, but still we have to start to develop their cognitive ability from early stage. You can create different types of the organization by focusing on developing their creative thinking. So they can be very good at storytelling, which requires creative thinking skills. So if you cannot develop the cognitive ability from early stage, it would be very difficult for the learners to develop 3 C's or high-level cognitive ability when they are at intermediate level or upper intermediate level. It would be a little bit challenging for them. So that's why, yeah, it's descriptive essay or like a storytelling would be very beneficial for young learners.
Yes. Any questions? So a lot of teachers are saying their gratitudes to you, Nilufar. And one more thing, guys. I just a lot of teachers who are sitting now in front of you, Nilufar, and you see them on the screen, are public education teachers. And I have to cordially say that sometimes, but not sometimes, Nilufar Tillayeva's language is academic language. But I asked all the teachers to participate in webinars. It doesn't matter either they are native speakers or not, because we have to listen to any language.
Yeah.
Presentations. It helps us to create our own mind map, to listen to such teachers like you, Nilufar. I was very satisfied with your presentation, and as other presenters, you have to provide your presentation, and you send it to me, and I share with all my participants here. And one more thing, Nilufar. So as a person, Nilufar is very kind lady, always smiling, and she always caring and sharing person. And that makes sense when I see her now. And I'm sure that you will be of the same opinion after her presentation. Nilufar, one more time, thank you very much, but I have some more advertisement. I hope that, Nilufar, I should tell you one thing. Nilufar, God bless you and your mom. And you do you have done such kind of savap iş. And hamı savabımız ona canınızı umurlar uzak oluşuya Tilakdoshmiz.
Thank you for your praise. Thank you.
Aynen ketay sizdan Nilufar.
Amin, amin. Bize ham
Amin,
tilakdoshmiz.
amin.
Thank you
Rahmat.
so much.
Safarasi. Mana shuncha savob qilasiz Nilufar.
Onalarimiz sog' bo'lishsin birinchi o'rinda.
Thank you so
Onalarimiz sog'
much.
bo'lishsin.
Nozima
Thank you.
Yuragimizga vebinarlar sig'ishi uchun ham onalarimiz sog' bo'lishlari kerak.
o'shada Nilufar
Exactly.
meni
Mana
quvdilar.
hozir
Mana hozir yana qaytib keldi.
Buncha vebinarlarda 60 kishi kirgan yo'q edi Nilufarxon.
60 ta mana
Thank you.
bo'ldi.
Thank
Endi
you so much.
Salimaxon bitta bir narsa demoqchiman. Mana hozir Nozima Xolikova o'tiribdilar. Nozima, switch on your microphone, please. Yes. Thank you very much, because the previous presentation, the webinar was conducted by Nozima Xolikova. How are you doing, Nozima?
Hello to everyone, Jamila Opa, Nilufar
Okay.
Opa. Thanks
Nice
for
to
your
meet you.
time,
Nice to meet you.
presentation.
And now look,
It was the
Nozima
first
was
presentation of UST for me.
okay.
So now I have experience with your presentation. Thanks, great for your presentation. And thanks to Jamila Opa for inviting me.
Okay.
Um,
So it was our pleasure to
so,
see you last time.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
So
time. Thank you.
we hope that we continue our collaboration in further time. So one more thing. Nozima, you are now coordinator of USTI in Bukhara. Yes, right? USTI coordinator in Bukhara, as Firdous Musaimna told me. As it seems to me, yes. And one more thing, the next webinar will be conducted by Les Kerham, our international expert, and he agreed. Yes, he said his guess that the last Friday of every month will be Les Kerham's webinar. So every month, maybe we'll have one for sure, it will be Les Kerham. Maybe with 2 or 3 international experts, but at the same time, we have very strong teachers like Nilufar Tillayeva, and we have a lot of UST trainers, experts, and we will involve them into our further webinars. And one more thing, guys, now we are 58, but anyway, as it seems to me, 1 or 2 left us of any reasons, but so we are now 7 p.m. is okay, as it seems to me, because a lot of teachers at 4 p.m. are going home, preparing their dinners, busy with children, getting them from kindergartens, from schools, and etc. Now, as it seems to me, 7 p.m. is okay for all of us. Aliva Sitora, will you tell me where are you from, lady? Aliva Sitora, where are you from? We don't hear you. Yeah, Tillayeva, Nilufar?
Yeah, so I want to use the chance a little bit. So I'm reading a lot of comments here. So they're telling thank you, and I want to express my gratitude. So for my dears, I see a lot of familiar faces here. My course mates are also here. So I want to say hi, everybody. First of all, yeah, and thank you for your time.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for not letting me stay alone here. Thank you for making me happy. Thank you so much.
Always welcome.
So one more time, I am just, thank you, Nilufar. So you are always welcome to our webinars. And one more time, I am just reminding you that you're going to have your certificates. Maybe we'll give you them personally, online version, e-version of them. But maybe if you want to come to UST headquarters in Bobur, in Tashkent, Bobur Street 55, it's okay. You may pick them up there. But not earlier than the 8th of March. Maybe after 8th of March, for sure. Yes, for sure.
It would be a very nice reason to meet you in person, so I would be waiting.
Yes, we'll give you one more thing. So we have 2 kinds of certificates. The first one is for participation. When you participate in 4 webinars, we give you a certificate for participation. But as Salima Baymuradova, it is maybe all our webinars is not doesn't go without her. That's why we have achievement certificates as well. And I hope that a lot of you will have achievement certificates. Just one more thing. Write to my personal account. Sometimes they don't, some of you don't understand, maybe not you. They said, Jamila Pa, we cannot find your account. Account means that Telegram, you see me and send to me your name, your school and region, where are you from, okay? And we'll send you your certificate. Those trainers who participate maybe 3 or 4 times, we have some other motivational stuff for you. I don't want to, it is surprise, but we want to just express our gratitude because you share your time, your experience, and it unvaluable things for us and for teachers who is. Okay. So I don't want to say you goodbye. We have a lot of thanks, hugs, Salima, Nilufar, hugs. So what is your account? Just go to Usti official group and you will find me there. I will share that. PPT, Jamila Pa will share in Telegram channel. Yes, in Telegram channel. Okay, thanks, and a lot of thanks and hugs. So, but it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. I want to sing a song. Okay.
Thank
you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Nazma, thank you. Ade Rasulullah Badno.
Goodbye.
Bye. Ibrahim Majidov.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Where are you from? Ibrahim, where are you from?
I am from Sirdarya region.
Oh my God. Welcome to our webinar. And how did you get this?
One of our colleagues shared the link in our group today, so I tried to join.
Okay, is he here? Is that colleague is here?
Sherigingizga rahmat ayting, hali bor-ku, Ibrohimjon. Hali oshiq bo'lib qolasiz bizga, boru.
Of course, I am already.
Sirdaryo, Jizzaxdan bormilar o'tgan safar ishtirok etganlar bor edi? Jizzaxdan. Bu safar yo'qlar, mayli. Lekin menga yozuvdilar ishtirok etaman deb. Mana yoshlarimiz ko'p ekan. Sitora, aytmadingiz qayerdalingiz? Aliyeva Sitora qo'yib yuborgim kelmayapti. Voy, muncha chiroyli hamma qizlarimiz. Menga personal accountimga yozinglar. Mana bugun birinchi marta ishtirok etganlar, обязательно personal account Telegramga kirsanglar, Usti officialda e'lon topgan joylardan menga yozinglar. Men anaqa sertifikatlarni harakatiga tushamiz, okay? Afsus. Goodbye, guys. Love you all. See you.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye, Jamila. Goodbye.
Ibrohimjon, ayting sherigingizga Lasker ham keladilar anglichaning keyingi unaqaga webinarimizga.